Hey, what's up with the YouTube? Hope everyone's having a good day, feeling blessed. Please do me a favor, everyone. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button. Feel free to leave a comment if you like this video. And don't forget to check out my school group. So let's get right into it. Today I want to talk about hours of service here in the United States of America. And this could be pretty much elementary for a lot of you, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already in the trucking industry. For being a new driver, up and coming, getting their CDL, or someone that's going into entrepreneurship, a lot of you might not even be familiar with the ELDs. I know it was all new to me when I first came in. I learned on a paper log when I got my CDL. The ELDs were in effect, but I wasn't with a company that used it at the time. My first two companies I was with, I didn't have to have an ELD because we were local. And when I went to over the road, that's when the ELD was presented to me. And believe it or not, the owner of the company was new to the over the road business, so he was learning this as well, because he was going from being a local operator to expanding his business to going over the road. And this was for a household moving company, so it's not like I could have called him and asked him all these questions, because he was learning this well. But we were figuring it out as we were going along, but it wasn't fun at all, especially being out on the road and the ELD starts to act funny and all that, and then you try to go back to paper logs, and it gets pretty nasty. But I use now in my business, I use Motive, which was formerly Keep Trucking, and I really like that ELD. It's really good ELD. It's pretty simple to use. Once you use it for a while, you learn how to properly use it, and you know how to mess with it, and you know, fix things accordingly if you're having trouble. And honestly, I haven't had very much trouble with it at all. I really like it. But yeah, the company I was driving for before, I used another one. It was called OmniTrack, which it was trash. I didn't like it at all. I always had to keep calling the office and having to get it fixed, or try. It was very hard to fix on the tablet we were using, the software that we had. But I'm getting off track talking about ELDs and paper logs and stuff. But hours of service in the United States, we're legally allowed to drive 11 hours a day, 14-hour shift, 70 hours a week, and you got to take a 30-minute lunch break before the 8th hour, 30 minutes uninterrupted. And also, you got to do a 34-hour reset when you get close to doing that 70 hours, or you hit 70 hours on a long week like that. And it does happen quite often when you're over the road, especially if you're traveling at a long distance, like from one coast to the next, from Pacific to Atlantic. And it has happened. And I do my 34 hours reset at a hotel room, try to relax, because I'm a big dude and I don't fit in this truck. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy, because it gets a little hectic once you get into like different areas. If you're planning on going to Canada or Alaska, they got different rules. Even North Canada, like Yukon Territory, they have different rules as well. So I used the United States one. Pretty simple. I like it, and honestly, I really like the ELD again, because it does everything for you. It tracks everything for you. You're driving, you're on duty, not driving, you're off duty. I don't have sleeper berth on this truck setup. That's only for the 18-wheeler. So you can do like split sleeper berth and all that good stuff with that. But I don't have that because I don't have a legitimate sleeper on my truck. That's you're not supposed to have that on a hot shot. So you go off duty. So that's something to be aware of. But it's nice. The ELD is nice. It's the new, it's the future. A lot of old school people don't like it. They're so used to the logbooks, paper logs, and now that I got spoiled with this system, man, it'd be hard to go back to paper logs. But paper logs are cool too. You know, they're once you get a nice little system going with that, it's pretty straightforward too. Unless you're not keeping up to date every day, then it's not. If you fall off a couple of days, then you got a problem, because then now you got to play catch up. And I used to be like that with my logbooks before. I would procrastinate on the weekend when I wasn't working, which you just go off duty. But you know, every day you're supposed to be keeping up with your books. So I would have the company crack down on me about that. And this is before I even had my commercial driver's license. I was just driving a straight truck for a moving company. At the time, that's when I was learning trucking and stuff at a non-CDL level, and it inspired me to get my CDL as well. But yeah, those it's pretty straightforward, pretty basic, and the ELD pretty much handles it all for you. It's doing all the work for you, as long as you have your ELD connected and you know your Bluetooth connected to it. I use my cell phone. A lot of people like to use their tablet. You know, keep it separated from your phone. It's all on my phone, so I do have a tablet as well in case, you know, if I was ever to lose my phone or break my phone or something, you know, I hook up the ELD to the Bluetooth on my iPad. But yeah, it's a nice little system, and the hour service in the United States is pretty easy going. Like I said, if you're not used to it, it might be a little weird at first, but I can always do a tutorial on you know, load it up to the camera, screen share everything, and show you guys the, you know, the how the ELD is set up. But Keep Trucking, it's nice. It has you know, all the tools in there. You can also do your pre and post trip on there as well. And you know, if you're team driving, you know, they have all the spaces in there to put all your information in your company. If you're team driving with somebody, you got to have their name in there as well. You got to also put your load number, and yeah, it's nice. And then also you have like personal conveyance and yard move on there as well as another set of tools. And just make sure you use those accordingly, because they're DOT's pretty strict about that if you're using it for the wrong reasons. So it's just something to be aware of. But those are like little extra tools that are good to have. But yeah, I'll be talking more about the Alaska and Canada hours of service too, and you'll see how they kind of work a little different from each other. But I'll do my best to try to explain it. But that's it for today. You guys have a blessed and beautiful day, and be safe out there. Adios.